Hello everyone, welcome back to AutoTrend TV. I'm Yuvi Prajesh again from CAI Mahindra Car Showroom today in Coimbatore, and I'm here with the new generation Mahindra Thar LX top spec variant with the 2.2 liter turbo diesel engine and a 6-speed manual gearbox. This is the top spec LX variant, so it has got 18-inch alloy wheels and a lot of features. So without any further ado, let's just start driving this car and judge the driving feel on Coimbatore roads. Yes folks, I am right now inside the new Mahindra Thar LX top spec variant, and this here is the diesel variant. So let's first judge the NVH. I remember that the previous Thar was quite noisy and rough, but let's just see how does this work. I have turned off the aircon, and the first impression is that it is extremely refined. It is very quiet, except for the external noise. There is nothing you can hear. Even at idle, this engine is very refined. It is even better in terms of refinement when you compare with even the XUV 500 or even the Marazzo. That's what I feel. So initial impression is very good. Everything falls into hand perfectly. The ergonomics are perfect. So now let's just start driving. This here is the 2.2 liter diesel, which produces 130 PS of maximum power through a 6-speed manual transmission. So let's just slot it in. The gears are, well, there is a slight bit of notchy edge, but still it is fine. Let's just start driving. Well, the first gear is very short, so you have to quickly shift to the second. That was second, now third. Let's just try accelerating. I have got a free stretch here, and this engine really feels very lively when you compare with the old one. Yes, of course, 130 horsepower is definitely not less, and within no time I'm doing 80, 90, fourth, now fifth, and I have reached 100 and starting into the sixth. Well, yeah, that was all I could do, and this engine performs extremely very well, and taking corners at sort of higher speeds also works very well. Well, there is a slight bit of bounciness to the suspension, but it is way better than before. The suspension works silently, the engine is extremely smooth, and the drive quality itself is very good. Now let's just try taking a U-turn. The steering wheel, of course, feels light. Well, as you can see, it is still a hydraulic unit, but still feels very light, and taking a U-turn is going to be easier than before. Of course, this here is the B pillar, which is quite large, so you have to kind of peep out to check for surroundings. And the turning radius, though better than before, is still quite large, but still it's completely fine for such a massive off-roader. Of course, you can hear a lot of road noise and ambient noise, wind noise as well. That cannot be avoided on such a large off-roader. Now let's just try getting to an off-road section. Of course, the Thar does not need four-wheel drive for this thing, but still I'd like to show you how does this Thar perform on this rutted bit of empty ground over here. Yes folks, this here is the rutted ground of Odisha, and as you can see, this does not need four-wheel drive at all, but still I would like to show you how does this Thar perform and feel while driving on such bad roads. Sliding this massive off-roader SUV is quite easy and you can have a lot of fun with this SUV as well. So the ride quality, as I already said, has that slight bit of firmness, the firm edge, but still it works very well. The body control is very good for such a tall off-roader. Well, you might be surprised when you actually take the Thar for a test drive on the city roads, because it feels taller than any other car, even say XUV 500, and it has presence. It has got the presence. So, well, this is all the off-road section I could get. Let's just try over this. Yeah, the jolts are not felt inside. That is a good part. The jolts are definitely not felt inside. I mean, you can definitely feel the bounciness, but that is not sharp at all. There is no sharp neck snapping jolts or anything, unlike the older model. And handling this massive off-roader also is very, very good. So that was all about the driving experience on this rough stretch. Now I would like to point out all the features on this top spec variant. Well, as you can see, the interior is still a conventional layout. There is nothing too fancy. It is functional. Everything is hard plastic and hard wearing material, so it will definitely last longer than usual. And in terms of features, this top spec variant offers a lot of features, even better than certain premium crossovers. Say for example, you get dual airbags as standard. You have got this touchscreen infotainment system, which is a 7-inch display, and it also gets Android Auto, Apple CarPlay as well. And additionally, it has also got reverse parking sensors, but there is still no camera, which is quite fine. Now coming to the driver, of course, you have got this TUV 300 steering wheel, which is carried forward from the TUV 300, the 300 Plus, and it feels better than the old one. It has got steering motor audio controls on the left side. There are cruise control functions on the right side as well, so the cruise control works very, very well from, say, speeds, minimum speed of 40 km/h. And it has got tilt function, unlike the older model. And this here is the digital instrument cluster. As you can clearly see, it is a color display and looks definitely much more premium than say even the TUV 300. And controls for this system is located on the right side of the steering wheel, which I'll show you in a bit. And this car also gets electronic stability program, traction control, ABS with EBD, remote central locking, and so on. This car has got electronically controlled HVAC. It is still not an automatic climate control, but it looks much more sophisticated than those regular manual knobs for the manual AC controls, unlike the old Thar. So this is much better. It has got rear windshield defogger, front windshield defogger, and the works. It has got everything you need, and the seats are also changed in terms of design. It is much more comfortable. It is very, very easy to get comfortable here because the new Thar has got height adjustment for the driver's seat as well, and all the levers are very, very robustly built. The hydraulic functions, the pneumatic functions, everything works so solidly. So that is pretty good. Power windows are located lower down over here on the center console, and this here is the 6-speed manual transmission lever, and this here is the 4-wheel drive transfer case gear lever. So you have got 2-wheel drive high, 4-wheel drive high, neutral, and a 4-wheel drive low modes. But I don't think I can find a track hard enough to switch it into 4-wheel drive low or 4-wheel drive high, because this even say an Alto or Nano would do. So this video is all about the on-road driving experience and some mild off-roading. So now let's just get back to Civilization, where we get to see how does the Thar work on day-to-day driving on city roads. Before that, I would like to just press on this free stretch, and you can have a better idea as of how the Thar performs, especially the diesel one, on such a free stretch. So accelerating from 40, and now I have shifted to third. That was fourth, and we have got a truck, indicators. There is a significant bit of body roll, but still it works very, very well. That was 70, and now I'm in fourth. Accelerating 80. Now 3000 RPM and fifth. Well, so you can judge how did that car perform. According to me, there is a significant bit of wind noise because this roof, of course, is not a metal. This is just a fiber top, but it's still very robust. All of the, most of the external noises are contained very, very well. The interior still remains very quiet at low speeds. However, I would like to point out that this engine is a strong performer. Yes, it is indeed a very strong performer. It performs extremely well till 2500 RPM. However, if you go beyond that point, it has that bit of slight, say, a retardment in terms of progress. And beyond 3000 RPM, I don't think there would be much of a pull. So it is best if you drive this Thar well under its limits. And if you drive that way, this is going to be an excellent off-roader SUV, even better than the TUV 300. So now let's just enter the city and we'll get back. So driving in city roads, especially in rush hour traffic, this is how the Thar feels. Every other car, well, even a Bolero pickup feels way smaller than it usually would, because this Thar is absolutely massive. It is almost as massive as the Safari or a Scorpio. And well, ambling around in town in second gear is very easy. Now I am stuck in a signal. Starting from the signal in second gear is very easy. This engine is very torquey, and you can you can drive all day at higher gears. I don't think you will ever feel the need to shift down to first, because second gear is good enough, and the first gear is too short, very short. So let me just try short shifting. Now I am doing around 40 in fourth gear, and if I put my foot down, yes, there is very negligible amount of turbo lag. There is instant power, surprising for a turbocharged diesel engine. Well, it's good that Mahindra knows how to tune their turbo diesels. I hope the turbo petrol will be as good. Now, in terms of ride quality, I would like to point out that these all-terrain tires definitely feel a bit, say, hard on, say, even smooth roads like this. There is just that bit of vertical movement, just slight bit of vertical movement due to those large, say, tires. These are 18-inch alloy wheels, just to take a note. And apart from that, it feels exactly at home. Only a bit larger than your usual car. As you can see, it is almost half size of that truck ahead of me. And I don't think you will be ever feeling cumbersome to drive this big an SUV. So it's quite nice. Yeah. Now let me just try sitting in the back seat to judge the ride quality. So riding in the back seat of the Mahindra Thar LX variant, well, Mr. Jayakrishnan is taking care of the driving, and yeah, well, these rear seats are sort of reasonably spacious, and they are reasonably comfortable as well. These rear seats, of course, as I already said, has got reclining function, so you can recline quite a bit to improve the comfort. However, the thigh support, as you can see, is definitely not that much, but still it can be comfortable for people shorter than me. I am around 5'11" for reference, and still I have got decent amount of legroom, decent amount of headroom as well. So these rear seats are actually usable, however, only for two people, because as you can see, there is no space for a fifth person. However, the good point is that the 4-seat versions, especially the hardtop versions, have got proper 3-point seat belts in terms of safety, and these here are the massive roll cages, the roll bars, for improved rollover protection as well. So that was all. Talking about the roof, of course, you get to see these roof speakers, which work quite decently in terms of audio quality, and you have also got this LED roof lamp. Other things include grab handles on the sides for the rear passengers, and basically that's it. No rear AC vents, but of course, this being an off-road SUV predominantly built for off-roading, it is reasonably comfortable. So let's just conclude this review.
Now, I would like to take you through all the exterior details of the Mahindra Thar LX variant. Well, first of all, this here is a massive off-roader SUV, even bigger than the XUV 500. At first glance, it may easily look like a Jeep Wrangler, except for the different grille. Of course, this LX variant gets LED DRLs just beside the halogen headlamps, and halogen fog lamps are also available on this variant. You get massive beefy bumpers along with underbody bash plates, and this top spec variant gets 18-inch alloy wheels as standard with Seat tires. You get to see the M-Hawk badging on the left side fender, which means this is a diesel Mahindra Thar. This Mahindra Thar simply turns heads wherever it goes, and of course I would like to point out that the Mahindra Thar does not get rear wheel disc brakes. Moving towards the rear, you get LED tail lamps with the Thar logo embedded into the tail lamps themselves, and then there is of course the full 18-inch sized alloy spare wheel. All variants of the BS6 compliant Mahindra Thar come as standard with 2 reverse parking sensors integrated into the rear bumper. On the right side rear fender you get the massive 4x4 badging, and now let's get inside.
Sitting in the driver's seat of the new Mahindra Thar LX variant, this is how the dashboard looks like. It is, well, sort of evolved in terms of design and much more premium than before. However, the materials are all hard plastic, which is going to be very, very durable on a long-term period. Now, the steering wheel is adjustable for tilt, as I already said, and you also get a touchscreen system with a multicolor MID on the instrument cluster. Let me just turn it on. And this is how everything looks like. This LX variant also gets cruise control and electronic stability program, traction control, hill hold and hill descent control, as I already pointed out. And the center console, well, the touchscreen system also gets this sort of adventure statistics, which can be very, very useful and helpful for off-road enthusiasts while off-roading. This is on-road, and there is also an off-road mode which also gets altitude meter, the compass, access meters and so on. So this is going to be very, very helpful again. And there is also the custom mode, which you can customize as of what all statistics you need while driving according to your preference. So that is also very helpful. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, as I said, are already standard. Navigation 2 is standard without any sort of SD card or anything, so that is quite helpful again. There is also the car info, which shows you tire pressure monitoring system. There is also other things such as the LED DRLs. You can turn them off. EcoSense basically monitors your driving style according to, well, idling, braking and all those things. Fuel info, distance to empty, average economy, that also can be monitored. This car apparently has averaged around 10.2 km per liter according to the driving style of various people, especially this being a demo car. So apart from that, this system is very, very good and everything falls into hand very, very easily. Now coming to the MID, this of course is the display for drive line, as you can clearly see. If you change the driving modes using this lever over here, well, as you can clearly see, it also shows that the car is now in 4-wheel drive high mode. And if I get it into 4-wheel drive low, well, apparently that is possible only when the engine is turned on. So let me just turn on the engine. And once I turn on the engine, I can now comfortably slot it in. So now this car is in 4-wheel drive low mode and it is clearly visible. And the traction control automatically cuts off if the car is slotted into 4-wheel drive low mode. Even the color MID shows a 4-wheel drive low mode and the way the power is transferred to all the 4 wheels. If I slot it back into regular 2-wheel drive mode, and now the car is in 2-wheel drive mode, which is 2-wheel drive high, and there is no flow of power for the front wheels. So it is a very, very useful MID screen, and apart from that, it also provides distance to empty, all sorts of fuel economy things, and it also has got a gear indicator, so that is quite helpful again. Now this interior is very, very comfortable for an off-road focused SUV, especially because the aircon is very, very effective. The seats are extremely well bolstered and the materials too are very, very good as well. So that was all. The power windows are located over here. The power mirror controls are located on the driver door pad, and that's it. Now let's check out the back seat.
Getting into the rear seats of the new Mahindra Thar 4-seater is not easy because you have to slide forward the passenger front seat, and this is all the space you get to get inside. And of course there is also the massive height to climb. Now this here is a quick look at the rear seats. As I already said, they are reasonably comfortable and spacious. And now let's take a look at the boot space. To access the boot space of the 4-seater Mahindra Thar, you have to first open the lower part of the tailgate sideways and just remain over there, and then you have to open the glass. The glass themselves get two gas struts to hold it in place, and this is all the boot space you get. It is definitely not much and barely around 150 liters. The good part is that you can adjust the boot space by reclining forward the rear seats, and the only option to increase boot space is by folding flat the rear seats. However, even if you fold them, there is a massive step which is definitely not going to be easy if you want to load some larger and heavier luggage. So it is either passengers or luggage if you want to actually make use of your 4-seater Mahindra Thar. Closing the tailgate of the Mahindra Thar is again a two-way process, and you have to be careful with the glass. So let's now conclude this review. So that was a quick drive review on Coimbatore roads of the new diesel Mahindra Thar LX variant. It is surprisingly very easy to drive, turns heads almost everywhere, is way more comfortable for the front seat passengers, offers a whole lot safety features and convenience features than before, and is also reasonably comfortable for the rear seat passengers. The best part, however, is the ride and handling. It is surprisingly very easily maneuverable in the city. Additionally, the refined engine also makes it possible to be a daily commuter. The only grouse, however, is the lack of boot space. But this is overall the best off-roader SUV with hardcore credentials under 50 lakh rupees in India. So the pricing is on the screen for you to check out the Mahindra Thar diesel manual range. Meanwhile, this is Viprajesh signing off. See you on another video. Thank you for watching.